Everybody, it's Victor. It's time to run here the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. Hope your Fridays are starting off great. We did have another video across 3,000 likes, and the Mosh Pit is rallying for the TM training run to happen. If we do cross the 240 mark, I will most likely do it on next Wednesday for Wacky Wednesday, or if it's after that for some reason, then we'll do it on a Sunday just to have a little bit of more fun on the weekend. Here's your picture and tattoo of the day sent in here by Smoke Phase. Throws, I was so excited to get this done, couldn't wait to share with the Mosh Pit. Now, I'm not going to lie, I apologize to Smoke Phase in advance. The first time I saw this picture, I literally thought it was someone memeing, and they just, like, plastered, like, the picture of, like, their arm and then, like, photoshopped, drug the icon from the game onto them. But it actually is a legit tattoo, which makes it even better the fact that it is a real tattoo because it's so well done. So hats off to your tattoo artist, Smoke Phase, and I really like the meaning too. They went on to say, just finished getting this tattoo done to represent me, my wife, and my daughter's zodiac sign. So it's really, really cool. They did a great job on it because it seriously fooled me the first time I saw it. I was like, what? Like we're really going for the low effort memes today, aren't we? And then find out that no, it's a legit tattoo. Sleep Day is going to be 0 Charlie Mike 2 Echo Tango Tango Zulu. We've got great damage because of Synth Oil. Good tears rate. Good starting item here. Yeah, I'm not sure how we end up shooting like diagonal like that, but that was a little bit weird. So the loss is going to allow us to at least take the first devil deal that we get for free. Obviously, we'd like to get to 3 HP or more if we could. And that's certainly a possibility with us having the Book of Sin. It does have a chance to drop soul hearts. Whether it does or not is, like, you know, obviously luck of the draw. And we all know how Invicta luck works. But overall, from a stat standpoint, everything is phenomenal here on this start. On this here start right here. Yeah, I saw that tattoo and I was like, okay. It was like, so we're just gonna take Photoshop and put it on an arm and call it a day. Like that's not gonna get meme of the day. But then I was like, no, let me look at that, because like I saw that his arm was like red and stuff, and I looked closer at the tattoos and I was like, oh wow, it's actually on his skin. That's an incredible tattoo. I like it. It's always good to get tattoos with meaning, obviously. Most of the time, I assume most of the time people who get tattoos, it's good for meaning. I mean, I've got tattoos and they definitely have meaning. But I don't have any Isaac tattoos or anything. Maybe that should be a good sub goal for me. Like we hit like 500,000 subscribers on YouTube and I'll tattoo an Isaac item on my body somewhere. I think that'd be worth it. A million Isaac subs. A million subs, I will get like, I don't know, like a big tattoo on my body somewhere. They're all terrible ideas, by the way. I'd be willing to get a small one. I don't know about a big one. I'm gonna leave that soul heart there. Obviously, we want to hold on to that for the next floor, and the reason why we don't take it before we go fight the boss is because if we do happen to take damage, it's not going to impact our nice shiny new soul heart, and therefore increase the risk of us not getting a devil deal on phase 2. By phase 2, I mean floor 2. Always try to keep the fire going here whenever you're fighting Limehorn, especially if he like runs into it, because it does deal a good amount of damage. And on top of that, if he summons his dark matter balls here, you can just go walk right behind the fire, and they'll actually extinguish themselves on the fire without actually putting the fire out, which is real nice. We get Binky, which is going to give us a nice tears upgrade into soul heart. We'll also go back over here, get the other black soul heart. So yeah, super strong start, and we also have a free devil deal in the wings. Okay, so you have a sack room here, which is interesting, but unfortunately, with it being Curse of the Unknown, we don't currently. I mean, there are indicators to figure out how much HP you have, despite not being able to see it. Come back and get that. The easiest one being that you can just simply use you can use the visual cue from Isaac when he walks through a doorway. If he leaves a little puddle at the start of the door, that means you're on half heart, and that's it. Half red heart. It only works for that. Anything above a half heart, and it's not going to work out. But obviously, we're not on a half heart because we have soul hearts and red hearts, and both of them are full right now. You could also like just have a good memory and try to keep track of your HP that way. But there are some times where like There are some times where there are hits where like you can't keep track of like what damage has been dealt. And like right now, I mean, that was a champion, so we have to assume that we lost a full soul heart, and we saw the soul heart go off, so pretty stoked about that. I don't mind fighting Wrath here. Wrath is going to give us another bomb, at least one bomb, and a Wheel of Fortune. I'm just going to blow up right now. 3 whole cents. And a moon card. Okay, okay. We can go to the moon here. Almost got me with that schmoove. Yeah, let's go check out the... Okay, so obviously Keeper Sack is what we're going to be going for. Keeper Sack is amazing for us. Yeah, I'll buy this. Lever's card. Meh. It did give us a 0.67 damage upgrade. That's just so good. And there's also a Tinted Rock in here. And on top of all of that, we can get our way into the boss trap room. This is quite the start for us. I like marbles, but not good enough to do an entire boss trap for. Some people may look at that thing like, oh, quit being lazy. Nah, it's like, it's seriously not really that worth it. I mean, marbles is okay. Don't get me wrong. It's okay. Having 3 trinkets is nice. It's just not, it's not worth risking our Devil Deal chance for, in my opinion, by fighting a bunch of bosses that we don't necessarily, we're not necessarily fighting for like a super premium item, you know. But obviously with Keeper Sack, this is going to give us a huge boost in our power. All we need to get is money. Money single-handedly becomes the most important resource now, because of the way that Keeper Sack works. It gives you random stat ups based on how much money you spend, and it's very, very, very strong. We know we have 1 soul heart and 2 regular hearts. I think it's 2. Yeah, so obviously what we're going to do here is we're going to take Guppy's Collar and then use the Soul of the Lost to grab Spirit of the Night. So we're going to do this. Soul of the Lost. Grab this. Walk out. There we go. So now we have flying. We have Spectral Tears. This is really good. Brother Bobby was in the item room, and yeah, we can just head on down. So very good floor. Very, very good. And another Curse of the Unknown. Okay, starting to get a little annoyed now. Again, we can kind of infer that we have 2 soul hearts to our name, and that's about it. Plus a red heart. We have one red heart and 2 soul hearts. That's what our HP is currently at. And I guess it's better than back-to-back Curse of the Blinds. It's certainly better than back-to-back Curse of the XL. But that being said, I would like to see my HP eventually game, because, like, you know, I'd like to play the sack rooms if possible. Having flying and Spirit of the Night or Spectral Tears is going to help out quite a lot. Not only for items acquisitions, but also like pickups. And again, with how important money is currently with us having Keeper Sack, flying becomes even extra beneficial. I'm not going to take Rocket in a Jar. This is a very Sinvicta reason, but I don't care. Because I always forget that I have Rocket in a Jar and inevitably accidentally hit or tap the E key when I'm trying to lay a bomb while firing, and then it ultimately just blows up on me, and then I get real mad at myself. So Steam Sale is counterproductive it's counterproductive for Keeper Sack. It's still good to take, though, because ultimately it allows you to just take more items. So even though it kind of lowers the effectiveness of how many stats you're going to get up with Keeper Sack, I still think it's viable enough to do so, just because it basically unlocks your ability to gain more items, which ultimately makes it to where you can get more items, which means that you get more stats with Keeper Sack. So in the long run, it's a net positive. I will say that. We are on red hearts, right? Pretty sure we are. Okay, yeah, just making sure. So we can tap this twice without fear of dying. I mean, I'll take IV Bag. It allows us to get out of curse rooms for free. It allows us, if we're fast enough and focused enough, we can use it to avoid damage by triggering the iframes. Want to try to stay on straight as possible with Gertie Jr. Don't let her charge at an angle. Especially Yellow Champion Gertie, because she is so huge. HP upgrade puts us at 2. Yes, I will take Spectral Piercing, and now we have 0 red hearts, and that's fine. So Spectral Piercing is A-okay with me. And we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff in here. We'll get Bookworm, which is nice. Could take the Bible if we really wanted to. I think that, honestly, Book of Secrets giving us mapping. I know that, again, it's a very me thing to value mapping so high. But, again, I don't really care because that's my style, man. Like, I like knowing where I'm supposed to go. If you get inundated as much as I do with dead ends and going in the wrong way, it gets tiresome real quick. And this just streamlines the process of going through a level without me having to worry about going in the right direction, because at the very least, assuming it's not Curse of the Lost anyway, I can see exactly where I'm going. Up to cross is going to be nice. Now, there's a vault all the way to the north. Gonna ignore it for now. This damage is definitely sick, nasty, crazy. We need to get more money, though, so we can buy more things in the shop and get more stuff with the Keeper's Sack. That sounded like a nickel. What was a nickel? Look at that. We got ourselves a nickel. And, all right, so a greed fight. Ah, so in order for us to go southeast, we must go northwest. Got it. Celtic Cross is going to give us an invincibility shield every time we take damage. Well, not every time, but theoretically every time we take damage. I'm looking at possibly purposely taking damage here, just because we're on this side of the map anyway. I don't feel like coming back. I want to see what's inside of the boss trap room. Super Bandage is legit good enough for it because it gives you so much HP. Having Piercing and Spectral here, along with very good damage for what we're starting with, for where we're at currently, I mean, is also kind of a contributing factor in me doing this. But Super Bandage is 100% worth it. 100. That's the piercing shots. Now, what I should have done is I really should have used Ace of Hearts in there. That would have been a prime target for us to get a ton of possible soul hearts. And that's what happens when we do. We get absolutely nothing. All right. Good to know I would have gotten nothing anyway. Okay, Vault gave us our keys back, so I can't complain there. The Chariot card. We also get more money. Now all we have to do is basically just dodge greed for the foreseeable future in shops, and we'll have very good, hopefully a very good opportunity to get some more stats with Keeper's Sack. Yeah, this damage is just so nice. Hey. I was about to use the Book of Secrets, and I was like, no, you know what? This seems right. Look at that. It must be a Friday. The movement speed is definitely something we can improve upon a little bit. to get another HP upgrade, so, okay. Ready to get some stats here, game. Okay. So, I think what we do here... By the way, yes, Curse the Lost. Is we focus... Well, what we have to do is we need to get it. We need to get a shop that isn't green. That's what needs to happen. Especially with 50 cents now. Four ends. 4 keys for going to a dead end. Right. Using our spectral tears here to our advantage. Full card. Double 10 rock. Does not. Wheezy. Yep. Go back, get the chariot card now in case we need it. Maintaining a very good amount of HP here, despite us not having like incredible luck when it comes to our items. A dead end, all right. Right. There's the every possible wrong way to go. Doing you all a solid favor here as always. Now let's go off to the real side of the map. So the golden key. I was going to take out the leapers first. We actually might have a good chance here at making boss rush. Cheeky little shot after the buzzer there. I saw that game. And so with Super Lust being in there, we know that our shop is greed free, so that's good. Of course, assuming that we're able to find the shop in Maze of Curse of the Lost. And I'm pretty much sure that we've done a full clear by now. We just have to go north over here and east over there, and then that's it. Nice thing is about spectral tears here is that you can start DPSing these right away, despite them being over rocks and stuff. They can't sit there and hide. And boy howdy, what a shop. Let me tell you something, brother. Just doing this just to simply use the cards. No, I'm not going to buy Mom's. I don't care if we have Keeper Sack. I'm not going to buy a little baggie. $15 and 25 seconds or so. Still should be good enough time for us to get boss rush. Some pretty pathetic damage there. Chariot card, I'm not gonna lie. Tears and shot speed upgrade, and we get Purgatory and Sinvicta Robe, which I'll take both of these. Okay, so we still have a really good shot at making boss rush. We just got to find a full card now. Purgatory is going to give us those little red fissures that you see on the ground. If we walk over them, it's going to spawn an exploding spirit that deals a respectable amount of damage. But I think really Purgatory is more suited for almost like the defense item category. Because what he does effectively is just cancels out any and all projectiles that the enemy was trying to throw at us. And that's pretty dang powerful. We could take Book of Belial if we really needed damage. Oh, jostle at the beginning there. And we've gone the wrong way. All right. Right. All right. How does he do it? Yep. That's about... That is the worst possible way that we could have gone. But it's a clear... If anything, if you needed a clear indicator that the... You needed a clear indicator that the location of the super secret room is not where the boss room is most of the time. Some of the time. Most of the time it is, but not all the time. And there you go. Search no more. Could use a bomb to get into the item room, but we actually have more keys than bombs, so as a fool card, but not the one that we want. This is a greed fight, so at least we know that there is a good shop. Good shop to be had. 2.5 minutes here. Did get it hurts. So it hurts is going to give us the tears up every time we take damage. It does easily break the tears cap. However, it only lasts, unlike other items like Bloody Gust, this only lasts for the room that you're in, and that's it. There's our fool card here. These shops have been absolutely, positively garbage. But what makes them less trash anyway is the fact that we have Keeper Sack, so we're still getting something out of them, I guess. But man, imagine if we had like Champion Belt, Compass. I mean, we did have Black Candle, would have been cool. Definitely a lot of missed opportunities there. Which were, of course, none of our fault, but still should have plenty of time to get boss rush. You can teleport out. There's the tears up. And take the negative for damage. And yep. Sissy! How you doing, Sissy? Sissy! Look at her. How you doing, girl? I feel like it's been forever, Sissy. How you been at? How's the kids? Great to see you. I will say that Book of Secrets and Car Battery is a very neat little combo that we sometimes get every now and then, on occasion. Just great seeing Sissy, you know. It's been, I feel like I've been missing something. Oh, and that reminds me, people have been asking about the real Sissy, the spider that was living in the house. She disappeared a while ago now. I was keeping tabs on her for a fair bit, and then she moved from her corner that she migrated all the way from my office to, well, the other corner in the dining room. And then from there, I have no idea. She was just gone one day. And I've been looking for her, but she's nowhere to be found. So she is, I consider her at this point, she's probably not coming back. I haven't had any real spider problems or anything in quite a while now. But yeah, she's no longer here. I have no idea what happened to her. I like to imagine that she has moved on to greener pastures, and hopefully is just like living out in the backyard. I think that'd be nice. Another HP upgrade. Good God! Thank God we had Keeper Sack. And we'll, real quickly before I keep forgetting to talk about last week's question of the episode, I simply asked, how would you improve hypercoagulation? The most upvoted comment came in from, I'm going to say Vaughn, I'm just going to say Vaughn AC, who said, I don't think the item fits a lot like, I I don't think the item fits the name a lot like the other medical-based items in Isaac, so I would change it to a better fit. Hypercoagulation is when your blood clots when it shouldn't, and often as a result of being immobile or bedridden. Those clots are dangerous, aka they can cause damage. So maybe a slight damage buff that scales over time as Isaac stands still or is immobile, similar to Epiphora with directional firing of tears. That would give it a really nice synergy with Flight and Spectral as well. Yeah, that's a neat idea. I think that balancing an item for the sole purpose that it's not necessarily medically accurate is a little bit funny, but I think that we can definitely agree that like something needs to be changed for that item. And I always love asking questions of the day like this, because basically it just opens up new avenues of thought for me, because I would have never thought about something like that. If you take the literal meaning of hypercoagulation and apply it to an actual Isaac item, that would be a cool trend, but unfortunately unfortunately a lot of the items in Isaac don't do that, but I wouldn't mind seeing it start to a trend like that. So second most upvoted comment came in from I'm gonna say Pianixo, who said maybe half hearts could damage enemies as they shoot out. That would also be very cool, given the erratic nature of how they kind of just fly out of nowhere. I think that giving the hypercoagulation hearts damage would be like turning them into a projectile. I think that would be pretty neat. Decided to take a sip of water there. My throat's getting dry. And last but not least, the third most upvoted comment came in for Rager Gager, who said, have it be more like pennies for the keeper, and reduce the momentum in which they fly. Also increase the time before they disappear. Last thing, increase the heart containers to 1. I don't think I would increase the heart containers to 1 necessarily if you did all of that. I wouldn't mind having 2 of those 3 things. But that's the real problem, is that like you rarely ever get to have any sort of benefit from them, because they do shoot out so quickly. It's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, there's no way in hell I have enough movement speed to keep up with them, or let alone even at 2.0 movement speed, let alone get to where you need to go in order to sort of catch the hearts. Lazy worm, you can lazy out of here. Going the right way, or are we going the wrong way? I can't tell anymore. Tigrum should be north of here, by the way. I don't know if this is the right way. I do like the idea of turning the hypercoagulation hearts into projectiles that can damage enemies. I think that would be cool. You know what would be even cooler is if you had a chance to have random hearts throw out, like a fire heart, an ice heart, a poison heart, something like that that would deal like elemental damage, or just had like even if you had like eternal hearts, like make it shoot out like a sacred heart tier or 2 while it's flying through the air. I think that'd be really sick. It's stuff like that, like fun little improvements that can be done for a lot of different items in Isaac that would overall improve the game tremendously, and make it a lot more fun to take some of the more nuanced and less appreciated items in the game. Oh, Purgatory. I had that one timed down, man. So you see there that Purgatory completely erases all of the projectiles that Satan was trying to shoot at us. Okay. And Satan apparently learns teleportation. Got it. Schmoovin' going on, game. I don't know what we got hit by, but apparently we got hit. Curse of Lost, hooray. Gotta go Maw of the Void here. We were 1 of 3 for Guppy. The reason why I was saving the Hermit cards is I wanted to teleport to the Dark Chest. But that was predicated on us like being able to know exactly where we're going, given the fact that we have Book of Secrets, which was once again canceled out by another Curse of Lost. So that's 3 Curse of Lost in a run where we had mapping of some kind. And I mean, if anything, it just shows you the game does listen to you. Actively listening. Thank you. Like a few more soul hearts if possible. Judgment. So ball would also have been nice, but we get a judgment here. Purgatory is real nice against the Lamb. If you can time it right, it will cancel out a majority of his damage. And there's not really even any real timing. You just kind of hope that it lands at the same time he's trying to do an attack like that right there. There we go. Easy peasy. Yeah, we're doing a quick one. Second seed, November 2, 0 X-Ray, Begiv. I feel like we've seen that before. Begiv. I mean, we got to go for it just because we've got Sissy and we also have 2 or 3 for Guppy. We got stuff. Very weird location for the boss room. Okay, apparently there's just no enemies on this floor. We have way more keys than we do bombs, so there's no reason for us to use a bomb to get into the store. Okay, good. Now, money is still important because remember, we still have Keeper's Sack from the first floor, or from the first run. And I guess technically it was on the first floor. Restock is kind of whatever. You know, it allows us to get a couple more extra items per floor, but per shop, but nothing meaningful really, most of the time. Reverse Death card. What are you? Another Reverse Temperance. Feel Fortune. All right. Fortune. Wow. It's got a whole bunch of bombs though, and I'll definitely take that. That is some good damage right there. Get a luck upgrade and 2 keys with the latch key acquisition. Sounds like a really bad like name for someone who overheard European history wrong. It was a latch key acquisition. No, don't think it was. I don't really need to use the Book of Secrets right now. There's also no reason for us to go into the first room. I mean, there is technically because we're looking for Guppy, but rather not lose a soul heart. Use a devil card that should help us blast through this boss trap room real fast. Yeah, we get ourselves a little soul heart. I tell you what. Got a dime to boot. Man. It's being lazy now, but yeah. Blanket. Take BOGO bombs. Nuns have it, definitely. Look at that damage. Look at that damage creep up there. We do eventually get actual mapping. So right now we have the blue map and the map. Allows us to at least see where we're supposed to be going, unless of course Curse of Lost, yada yada yada. Wow, that was a really solid cardio coin right there. Get D-Bizzle. Goathead's going to make sure that we always have a double deal no matter what. And, of course, Dark Bum will give us a chance to get a Soul Heart out of every 1.5 red hearts that he picks up. You know, D-Bizzle is someone who, you know, if he wants to be a big-time player, he can. If he wants to produce, he can. Sometimes he doesn't. You got to give him pep talks. You all know this by now. And picking up quad shot just because there's many practical applications that you can get out of it, especially with spectral and piercing. It's a no-brainer. Even though it does kill our tears rate, it's still worth it. And sure, we'll take chaos, especially with us having early shops here. Just need to get our economy up a little bit. It's a tad bit weak right now. Oh, okay. Well. I do love me some wafer. 3 soul hearts thanks to us having tarot cloth. Doubles the effect of most tarot cards. Not all of them, but most of them. I don't know why I decided to use Book of Secrets there. It didn't do anything. We get the D-Sizzle as well. Oh, baby. And there is Guppy. Gonna get Guppy. Absolutely will take Capricorn. Then we can re-roll the quarter in Guppy's head. Or... I mean, glaucoma, I guess. River Greed, it makes sure that we don't have any greed fights from here on out. But you have to be holding on to the River Greed in order for it to actually, like, matter for the shop. You can have, like, if you start a floor with the River Greed and then you drop it for whatever reason, you still open yourself up to risk of having another greed fight, despite you starting the floor with it. So it's a little pro tip. Right there for you. You actually have to physically be holding on to the River Greed for you to gain benefit from it. Okay, the sack room here is huge because this allows us, thanks to the wafer, we essentially always are going to have plenty of HP to play the sack rooms for. So we're going to definitely be doing that. And with us having the D6 here with not 1 but 2 angel statues that we can get keys from to re-roll from, and us having chaos, it gives us even more motivation to roll it. We do get redemption, surprise, surprise. Got the soul hearts, just go ahead and grab those now. Go fight Gabriel. I use the term fight loosely. And Anima Sola. Tempting, but I don't think we need it. Especially with us being Guppy, the effectiveness of Anima Sola is greatly diminished because our damage is so high. We don't need to be freezing things. It host hat, which is nice. We have explosion immunity now. Definitely down for that. And honestly, the Pascal Candle giving us a stacking tears bonus every time we go into a room without taking damage is also real. Heck, Point Fizzle. We'll definitely take that. Fragmented card? Nah. So glitch there from Broken Modem. I mean, you can make a case for Loki's horns for sure. But I honestly, with us having a reroll, oh my gertie. With us having a reroll, I think it's honestly more value for us to reroll these item pedestals because of chaos. I just decided to randomly roll the shop and we get Cricket's head out of it. But in order for us to get a full charge here now, we're going to have to either buy it or take damage with Nun's Habit. An angel deal, which doesn't really... Sissy! I was gonna say, it doesn't really matter too much if we get an angel deal, but we got the most angelic of all. Got the Sissy. We got double Sissy. We didn't even, like, use Diplopia or anything. This was a naturally occurring double Sissy. I think that we go pretty hard in the investment here for these rerolls. It's damage, but I'm being greedy here. Contagion is also, there's nothing wrong with Contagion, but I'm just being ultra greedy here at this point. Because remember, we're still gaining stats with us buying these batteries, even at the inflated cost, because of Keeper Sack. So why not try to shoot for the moon and go for it all here? We can afford one more reroll if there's a Temperance Machine here, which there is. We can also bomb ourselves to heal ourselves, so we don't have to lose any. Excuse me. Oh wait, we don't have Pyromaniac. There we go. Got ourselves a reroll, so we can buy another one on the deck. If this one doesn't end up panning out. Eh, fine. We'll take Lost Soul Buddy. Lost Soul Buddy's pretty much guaranteed to pay out at least one floor here, so that's fine. There's Pyro. We go buy one more full charge. There we go. At 0.69 damage up and 0.5 range upgrade just for buying one single full charge is, I mean, it is a greatly inflated cost of that. And yeah, we end up with the mark. So we get Leviathan anyway. That was absolutely worth it. So very long floor, especially for a victory lap, but I think it was 100% worth it. All right, Lost Soul Buddy. Check him out now. Another sack room here, which we could definitely get. Pretty much do the exact same thing that we did on the last floor. Definitely don't see any wrong with that. A random soul heart in here, I'll definitely take that. We don't actually need a Tears upgrade. We're super capped because of quad shot. Walk out, walk back in. More soul hearts, fantastic. Gabriel instantly died. Definitely want Mom's Key, and I'll definitely take starter deck. We might as well take Lard as well. I mean, the speed down is not going to affect us at this point. And it's nice having some red hearts that we can use to recover with Pyromaniac in case we need to do some more shenaniganery tomfoolery. Justices or judgments, I mean. Bob and weave, Lost Soul Buddy, bob and weave. School bag is excellent. Little chest is not, but oh no, Lost Soul Buddy, oh no. with the D1 and Heartbreak. I could take either one of these, or just accidentally walk into it, I guess. Sure, makes sense. I mean, if anything, at least if we take lethal damage, we're not going to die. But then it wouldn't be lethal damage. And so the new goal will be, can Lost Soul Buddy survive one floor? I'm not gonna lie, every single time he's died is 100% on him. But I'm trying. I'll try real hard not to let Lost Soul Buddy die this time, I promise. Pinky swear. Look, yeah, you gotta learn how to dodge, son. I can't do everything for you. I can't hold your hand. I don't know why I did that. All I did was kill our range. Well, Dumpy is pretty good. Sharp Plug, eh. Yes, so we'll take Lusty Blood. Absolutely take Tech 1. Sack Dagger is good. Piercing quad shot Spectral with Tech 1 is just, it's just too good not to have. Devil Deal is devil bad. This has been the MO with Devil Deals lately. I mean, we could do it for Agent Snails, but there's no real reason to. Agent Snails is a great damage upgrade. Don't get me wrong. It's a great damage upgrade. It's just not something that we need to do on this run. If I had a way of teleporting out of there, then obviously I would have taken it, but I mean, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but like it comes down to what's my motivation here. Yes, you would have a great item, but there's no real need for it at this point on this run. Because we're already pretty strong enough. We don't necessarily need more damage. A minor damage upgrade at this point in the grand scheme of things for what essentially would take 5 minutes of our time. Booster pack is booster bad. And we'll take Boo Baby's only friend. Look at that. Lost Soul Buddy lived, so I've been vindicated. Tail going off with the chests now. Sissy 1, Sissy 2, you're doing great. Yeah, that's a super dead mom's heart. We get Lump of Coal too, which is just going to add even more to our firepower. We wouldn't even need the Hierophant card. We are schmoovin'. Our battery is actually not good to take with a D6. Oh, we'll take it anyway. Might as well. This is right here is why you get Tech 1. Tech 1 with Piercing, Spectral. There's no way it's going to be to the right. I mean, technically Tech 1 is Piercing anyway, so. Wraith card. We somehow get another Devil Deal, sure. But man, what a face roll this ended up becoming. In a run that started off so strong that never really lost momentum up to the very end. Yeah, about that. Arky, it's a little late. I'm gonna pass an Arky. If this were earlier for sure, but my voice, I don't know if you can tell, my voice is pretty bad off right now. Plus this video is already 51 minutes long, and if it was earlier, I definitely would. But the thing is that like we have no way of getting into the Mega Satan door. We haven't done any of the alt path stuff yet. We don't normally do anyway. I'll tell you this. Make you a deal. I will use the R key if somehow we get Dad's key or gain access to the Mega Satan door. Then I will attempt an Omega run. The problem is that we haven't fought Hush yet. Oh my gosh, this room would have been a living nightmare. This is our second to last reroll here. I think we have energy for one more. Well, I mean, I guess I could use Sharp Straw too, or Sharp Plug. I mean, little Brimmy. I mean, we can take a little Brimmy. Having him here. Can't go any more than that. All right, well, I tried. Also, I rerolled Arky anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this one. Man, oh man, what a powerful run that became. Hope you all had a great start to your Fridays here. If you did, make sure you click the like button. If you enjoyed this video, also make sure you click the like button. Leave a comment down below. Your question of the episode today is going to be, what are your thoughts on Tech 1? Is it the best tech item? Do you think it's outshone by Tech 0.5? Do you like it better than Tech 2? Post in the comments down below. I absolutely love Tech 1. I think it's one of the best items you can possibly get for the amount of synergies, and of course with piercing right out the box. How could you not love it with the unlimited range? And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Luke, Lucas Wagner, and Daniel Lynch. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.